Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the 30-day video game music challenge with me, Demagen, as I, once again, venture forth into my most beloved pieces of video game music with very, very specific hard mode categories. We're up to day 13 today. Music you like from a game you don't like. And, there were a couple of choices for this one, if I'm honest. The thing is, if I don't like a video game, then generally speaking, well, if I really don't like a video game, I just never play it. I never finish it. I never get anywhere with it. So I don't get to listen to most of the music. But sometimes there's a game that I really want to like that I end up not liking. And I'm sure that's the same for a lot of people. And one of those games might surprise you. It's a game I've actually played for the channel. It's the second in a series of games. And it is none other than Darksiders 2. Now, I know a lot of people love Darksiders 2. A lot of people think it is the best in the series. I personally feel it is the worst. I am of the opinion that the general ordering of games goes from Darksiders 1 at the top, Darksiders Genesis almost on par with Darksiders 1 and surpasses it in many ways, if I'm honest, Darksiders 3, and then Darksiders 2. But my issue with Darksiders 2 is most certainly not the music. The game has an excellent soundtrack, and the piece of music that I really like, the piece of music that I like the most from the Darksiders 2 OST is this one. It's not very long. Quite this slow build-up to start off with, but it's when it gets to the bit coming up in a moment. And that bit. This is my favourite bit of my favourite song from this whole to-disc soundtrack. And as I said, it's not a very, very long piece of music. But it's a song that makes me think of challenges and overcoming challenges, and the challenges that Death has to face off against in his rather bloated journey in Darksiders 2, a journey that could easily have been a chunk shorter or less padded. But Stains of Heresy is a really great title. I appreciate the title. I like the word heresy as well, this idea that the religion, the nature of good and evil, of angels and demons as they are in Darksiders, that the angels are not pure and the demons are not purely manifested through sin. There's nuance there. It's one of the things that I love about the kind of Darksiders series' adaptation of the Book of Revelations, the Four Horsemen, and so on and so forth. But I don't like the actual mechanics of the game. I like the story. I like the characters. I even like the worlds and the world design and the artistry and the aesthetic. I just don't like the actual systems. I think there's a lot of unnecessary bloat in it. And I'm glad that they did away with that in Darksiders 3, and especially in Darksiders Genesis, which I think is a much better game than Darksiders 2. Although Death is a really cool character. And I'm hoping that we do get a Darksiders Genesis style game with Death and Fury, or maybe even all 4 of them. The 4 horsemen. But yeah, I really like that piece of music. It's got pomp, it's got grandiose, it's got self-righteousness, which really ties into the angels in the game where they are at this particular point in the storyline, where they have become, well, where one of them specifically has become corrupted. I really like that piece of music, and I really like the Darksiders 2 OST as a whole. So that has been music that I like from a game that I really don't like. Now, at the end of every video so far, I've said, you know, what are your thoughts? What is music you like from a game that you didn't like? I don't necessarily need to hear how my opinion on Darksiders 2 is wrong. It is, after all, my opinion. And over the course of the last 2-3 years, where I've been doing videos on Darksiders and the franchise as a whole, I've heard plenty of people getting really pissed off with me, saying, oh yeah, you're really wrong about Darksiders 2. Why don't you like it? I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as the other 3 games in the franchise, to be utterly blunt. But you're never going to convince me that my opinion about the game is wrong. I've played the game through 5 times. I'm very, very familiar with it and what I don't like about it. You're not going to change my mind on that. What I want to hear is, what music do you really like from games that you didn't really like so much? The runner-up to this, I do have a runner-up. I'm not going to play it because I'm reasonably certain it will be copyrighted. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance was a game that a lot of people really quite liked. I played a bit of it, and it wasn't my cup of tea at all. But the Platinum Mix version of the soundtrack is really quite good. It's very kind of rock. And Jeremy Christopherson's version of Rules of Nature with the lyrics and stuff, I think it's an excellent, upbeat, really kind of rocking piece of music. And I do heartily recommend that. I might try the game again at some point and see if I can actually get into it, because maybe it was just the wrong point in time for me. I've only tried it once. But I listen to the soundtrack on the regular. I just haven't tried playing the game again. Until next time, folks, thank you very much for joining me. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow for day 14, music featuring vocals. This was an interesting one. There were a couple of options for this, one of which I couldn't choose. If you've watched my videos in the last 12 months, you might have an inkling of what I chose for this. Place your bets down in the comments below, and I'll catch you tomorrow to see if you were right. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.